excessive pressure, which could tear through your paper if these are sharp or not beveled enough, or it could tear through the blankets, which is really bad. The other thing is you can break your teeth on your rocker when you're going over the edge. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways to rock as far as angles. To get a fully rocked ground, I usually do a horizontal rocking, a vertical rocking, and then I have a little protractor somewhere. It's stuck. That's a pin. There it is. I remember the first protractor I had here, I printed off the internet and I glued it to some poster board. It's technology. But what I'll do is I'll end up doing like a 15-degree angle, a 35, and like a 60. And then I'll do the angles on the other side as well, the opposite angles. And for that to make sense, usually you want to have a comfy chair. But when I'm rocking, you want to have the fluted side. People will teach doing rocking this way, the fluted side going away from you. Some people rock this way. But if you're rocking with the fluted side going towards you, it makes an arc for some reason, the way that this is shaped. So I teach the fluted side goes away from you when you're rocking. So as with any process, you want to be comfortable. Because if you're putting yourself in an uncomfortable position, you create a very disfigured body over many years. Trying to avoid that. But when you're rocking, I usually like these non-skid things you can get from Walmart from the kitchen aisle. And they hold the plates steady. And when you start rocking side to side. If you're looking at old mezzotints, you will see people will be, there's lots, one of the cliches of mezzotint is people making mezzotints of them making mezzotints. I've kind of done that. But I was personified as a fiddler crab because I figured the more of this I did, the bigger one of my arms was going to get. But you develop a nice rhythm where you're rocking one way, not all the way to the tip, but you get to a point of that curve where it kind of bounces itself back the other way. As with just like levigating a stone, you're going to feel like a drunken monkey at first. It's going to be flailing all over the place. But the trick with rocking a mezzotint plate is to keep your passes super close together. And so when you see those mezzotints of people making mezzotints, there's usually like a candle over here because having light coming from a side direction allows you to see where you're rocking more clearly. So now we're getting to the printing. We're almost done. I appreciate your patience. There's another way that you can print for you intaglio people. If you have an area that you want to be really white, for one, if you kind of dry your hand off or rub it really lightly in some magnesium carbonate, you can do some all-palma wiping. But like this, I want to be really bright, so you can slap it. It's like a bass string. And that really brightens those areas up. Okay. Finally, with any intaglio, carefully wiping your edges. Mezzotint definitely made me more intuitive in terms of any process, but I know how to wipe a plate. It's one thing that I've become quite good at. Doesn't matter whose plate it is, I can wipe a plate. I can clean a plate too. Ask my mom. Okay, Eric, you want to lay down the paper? So with Mezzotint, you have to like turn it down to where it's like so tight that you think you're gonna break something, and then you go tighter.
Then turn it.
Seriously.
Then turn it again.
Because the thing that'll happen if you don't have enough pressure with a Mezzotint is it's gonna look really grainy, and your value range is just gonna be like super lights and super darks. All those like really delicate interior tones are going to be non-existent. So sometimes I'll think that I've made a bad impression, but it's the pressure, and it needs to be tighter than tight. Again, that's why you put, like, it's way beyond a 45-degree bevel. I'll do a really, really gradual bevel on my plates, so it has a step up.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's just right.
no, take it. My hands are dirty, so I'm gonna lay off those sweet blankets.
Oh, bad registration.
That's okay, it's for you. There it is. It jumped a little bit.
Yeah.
Or maybe when you laid it down, but that'll clean up nice. Mezzotint.
Yay.
Yeehaw.